My wife said, "I'm going to my sister's for a month, don't call." Then posted beach photos with a male colleague. I said, "Enjoy your trip." Then I filed for legal separation and moved her things to storage. When she returned early, the house was for sale and her key didn't work. I, 35 male, was sitting at the kitchen table on a Sunday morning when my wife Meredith, 33, announced she was leaving for a month. We'd been married 7 years. "I need some space to think. I'm gonna stay with Laurel for a while," she said, not even looking up from her phone. Laurel was her sister who lived about 3 hours away. "For how long?" "A month, maybe longer, and I don't want you calling me. I need to process things without your influence." "Process what things?" She rolled her eyes. "Everything. Us. Life. Just don't call me, okay? I'll reach out when I'm ready." She packed 2 suitcases and left that afternoon. Kissed me on the cheek like she was going to grab milk from the store. No discussion, no explanation. Just gone. I texted once, "Have a safe drive. Let me know you arrived okay." She replied, "Stop being controlling." I said no contact. So I stopped. Monday night, my buddy Garrett called. "Yo, is Meredith okay? She just posted some weird stuff on Instagram." I hadn't looked. Pulled it up. There she was, cocktail in hand, on a beach. Caption, "Sometimes you need to disconnect to reconnect with yourself. Self-care, new beginnings." The beach. Laurel lived in a landlocked state. Tuesday brought more photos. Sunset dinner. 2 wine glasses visible. Caption, "Finding myself again." Wednesday's post was the kicker. Her and some guy, Blake from her office, paddleboarding together. His hand on her lower back in one photo. Caption, "So grateful for supportive colleagues who understand the journey, at Blake Ramsey 89. Colleague, right, I screenshot everything. Then I called my lawyer cousin Pete. She told me she's at her sister's, but she's clearly on vacation with another man. That's abandonment, brother. And probably adultery. What do you want to do? End it. Clean. I'll file the separation papers tomorrow. Document everything. Thursday, I started my plan. First, I called Laurel. "Hey, how's Meredith doing? Is she feeling better?" "What? I haven't talked to Meredith in weeks. Is everything okay?" "She said she's staying with you for a month. She's not here. I'm literally looking at my empty guest room right now." "Interesting. Thanks, Laurel." "Wait, where is she then?" "Apparently on a beach with her colleague Blake." "What?" I hung up and got to work. The house was mine from before we married, but I'd added her name 2 years ago as an anniversary gift. Stupid, but fixable. I called a realtor friend, Damon. "I need to sell my house. Fast." "Divorce? Separation first." She abandoned the property and I want it sold. "I can list it Monday. Market's hot right now." By Friday, I'd accomplished the following. Filed legal separation papers. Removed her as an authorized user on all credit cards. They were all in my name anyway. Canceled her cell phone plan. I'd been paying for it. Hired movers for Saturday. The movers came at 8 a.m. Saturday. I had them pack everything that was hers. Clothes, jewelry, her precious designer purse collection, the exercise equipment she never used, her craft supplies from her failed Etsy shop phase. All of it went into a climate-controlled storage unit. I paid for 1 month, sent her the unit info and key to her work email with a simple note. "Your belongings are safe. Unit 302, first month paid." Saturday afternoon, more beach photos. Her and Blake at a tiki bar, both wearing matching Paradise Found tank tops. The comments were telling. Her coworker, "Weren't you going to your sister's?" Plans change. Her mom, "Who's that man?" "Just a friend, Mom." Her own mother didn't know where she was. Sunday, the house went on the market. Damon had photographers come through. Listed it $20K under value for a quick sale. 3 offers by Monday morning. Update 1. The drama started Tuesday when Meredith discovered her phone was off. She emailed me from Blake's phone. "WTF happened to my phone? Fix it now." I replied, "You said no contact. I'm respecting your wishes." "That doesn't mean cancel my phone, you psycho. You abandoned the marriage. I'm not paying for services you won't be using as my spouse." She tried calling from Blake's phone. I didn't answer. Then came the credit card disaster. According to her cousin who follows her on Instagram, she tried to pay for a couple's massage. Yes, really, and the card was declined. Blake had to pay. She posted a rant that she quickly deleted about financial abuse and controlling narcissists. Wednesday, her mom called me. "What's going on? Meredith says you're being abusive?" Did she tell you she's in Mexico with Blake instead of at Laurel's? She's where? Check her Instagram, Gloria. Long pause. I heard furious typing. Oh my God, who is this man? She said she was thinking about your marriage at Laurel's. That man is Blake from her office, and she's definitely not at Laurel's. I'm going to kill her. Gloria hung up. 20 minutes later, Meredith emailed again. You turned my mom against me? Really? You're so pathetic. I forwarded her the separation papers that had been filed. Radio silence for 2 days. Friday night, she broke. Called from the hotel phone. You filed for separation? You abandoned the marriage, said you needed space. I'm giving you all the space. I said I was thinking. While on vacation with another man? Blake is just a friend. We work together. Cool. Think all you want with Blake. In Mexico. This is insane. You can't just end our marriage. I'm not. You did that when you lied about where you were going and went on a romantic vacation with another man. It's not romantic. The couple's massage says otherwise. She hung up. Saturday morning, the house got a full price offer. Cash buyer, quick close. I accepted immediately. Update 2. Meredith cut her sister visit short. She came home Sunday night, 2 weeks early. I know this because my neighbor Carl sent me a video of her standing at our front door, trying her tea over and over. Then pounding on the door. Then screaming, "Open this door. I know you're in there." I wasn't. I'd been staying at an extended stay hotel since listing the house. She called Blake. He showed up 30 minutes later. They tried to break in through the back door. Carl called the cops. The officers arrived to find Meredith and Blake trying to jimmy the sliding door with a crowbar. Ma'am, what are you doing? This is my house. My husband changed the locks. Is your name on the deed? Yes. They looked it up. Yes, her name was on it. But, ma'am, this house is under contract for sale. There's a lockbox. The selling agent is listed as Damon Winters. What? He can't sell my house. According to the paperwork, you abandoned the property. Your husband filed proper notice. It's all legal. She lost it. Started screaming about theft, abuse, kidnapping of her belongings, apparently. Blake tried to calm her down and she turned on him. This is your fault. You said he'd never find out. The cops exchanged glances. Blake went red. Find out what, ma'am? Nothing. I just meant the trip. She spent the next 2 hours trying to get the cops to arrest me for theft. They explained repeatedly that 1. The house sale was legal. 2. Her belongings were in storage, not stolen. 3. She had abandoned the property. 4. She was currently trespassing Quley. They made her leave. Monday morning, she showed up at my office with Gloria and Blake. Security wouldn't let them in without an appointment. She called from the lobby. I'm not leaving until you talk to me. Then enjoy the lobby. Security removed them after an hour when she started yelling at other visitors. Monday afternoon, she found out about the storage unit. How? She'd been staying at her mom's and finally checked her work email. A storage unit? You put my stuff in storage? Safe, climate-controlled storage. First month paid. Get it out now. You abandoned the property. Your belongings are your responsibility now. Blake, we're going to get my stuff. Blake apparently did not have a truck or a car that could fit much. They had to rent a U-Haul with Blake's credit card because hers were all canceled. Tuesday was when she discovered the best part. See, when I filed for separation, I also filed paperwork showing she'd abandoned the marriage by leaving for an extended period and refusing contact while being dishonest about her whereabouts. In our state, abandonment affects the separation terms significantly. Her lawyer, Gloria's friend who was doing it as a favor, called mine. She wants the house sale stopped and half the proceeds. My lawyer laughed. She abandoned the property. She's entitled to her belongings, which were preserved and returned, nothing more. She says she was visiting family. We have documentation she was in Mexico with another man while telling her husband she was at her sister's. The sister confirms she never visited. That's not abandonment. Taking a vacation with another man while telling your spouse you need space and not to contact you? That's textbook abandonment. Wednesday, Meredith tried a new strategy. She posted on Facebook, "Going through the hardest time of my life. My husband sold our home while I was visiting family. Now I'm homeless. If anyone knows a good lawyer, please help." The comments were swift. Her aunt, "Weren't you just in Mexico with some man?" Her coworker, "Girl, you posted beach photos for 2 weeks. Laurel, you never visited me. Stop lying." She deleted the post. Update 3. The house closed. Fast cash sale, done in 3 weeks total. After paying off the mortgage and fees, I walked away with a nice chunk of change. All mine since she'd abandoned the property. Meredith's attorney tried one last time. She'll sue for half. My attorney, good luck with that. We have documentation of abandonment, lies about her whereabouts, and evidence of infidelity. What evidence of infidelity? My attorney sent over the couple's massage receipt that Meredith had tried to expense to their joint business account with Blake. Oh yeah, Blake owned a side business and she'd been consulting for it. The receipt clearly showed couples romance package, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey. They'd registered as married at the resort. Her lawyer dropped her that day. Meanwhile, Blake was having his own problems. His actual girlfriend found the Instagram posts. Yeah, he had a whole girlfriend of 3 years who thought he was at a work conference. She went nuclear on social media, tagging both Blake and Meredith in everything. This is the homewrecker who took my boyfriend to Mexico while lying to her own husband. Meredith tried damage control. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Blake's girlfriend posted screenshots of Meredith's texts to Blake from months before. Can't wait until we can stop hiding. And your girlfriend doesn't deserve you like I do. Their workplace got involved when someone forwarded the drama to HR. Turns out, Blake was Meredith's superior. He was her direct manager. That's a big no-no. Blake was demoted and transferred. Meredith was put on administrative leave pending investigation. She called me crying. Look what you've done. I might lose my job. I didn't do anything. You took a romantic trip with your married boss while lying to everyone. It wasn't romantic. The Mrs. Ramsey receipt says otherwise. That was Blake's idea, and you went along with it. I was confused. I needed space to think. How'd that work out? She hung up. Friday brought the final humiliation. Remember that storage unit? She'd been so angry about moving her stuff that she hadn't been paying attention. She and Blake had gotten everything out, but in her rage, she'd left the unit door open. Someone else rented it and threw away what she'd left behind, which turned out to be 2 boxes of what she called her memory boxes. Photos, keepsakes, her grandmother's recipe cards. She called sobbing. You made me lose Grandma's recipes. I secured your belongings. You're the one who left the unit open. Blake said he closed it. Sounds like a Blake problem. Final update. The separation is final. Meredith got nothing from the house sale. She'd abandoned the marriage, lied about her whereabouts, and committed infidelity with her boss. Clean break. She's living with Gloria now because she can't afford rent alone, and Blake dumped her the second his girlfriend threatened to take his house in their breakup. Apparently, his girlfriend's dad owned the company Blake worked for. He chose job security over Meredith. She tried one last manipulation, showed up at my hotel crying about how she made a mistake and just needed to feel wanted. And Blake meant nothing. So you destroyed our marriage for nothing? I didn't mean to. You were always so calm, so stable. I wanted excitement. You got it. Take me back. We can work through this. No? You can't just throw away 7 years. I didn't. You did. When you lied about going to Laurel's and went to Mexico with your boss instead. It was a mistake. It was a choice. Multiple choices. Every day for 2 weeks. She played her last card. I'm pregnant. I laughed. Actually laughed. Good luck with that. It's yours. You've been gone for a month and we hadn't been intimate for 2 months before you left. Try again. Blake's not gonna help me. Sounds like you should have thought about that before the couple's massage. She left sobbing. Last I heard, she's not actually pregnant. Gloria confirmed she was lying to try to trap me. She lost her job after the HR investigation. Blake's girlfriend took him back but tracks his every move. Gloria is charging her rent because I didn't raise a liar. Laurel won't speak to her for using her as an alibi. She's working part-time at a call center. Meanwhile, I bought a nice condo downtown. Smaller, but it's all mine. Started dating Piper from my running club. When I told her the whole story, she said, "Wait, she literally posted photos with another man while telling you not to contact her? The audacity." Exactly, Piper. Exactly. Got a text from an unknown number last week. I miss us. I replied, I don't. Lose my number. Blocked. For everyone wondering if I feel bad about selling the house, no. She made her choices. She lied, cheated, and abandoned our marriage for a fantasy with her boss. The fact that the fantasy collapsed the second it met reality isn't my problem. She wanted space. She got all the space in the world. Edit. To everyone saying I should have fought for the marriage. Why? She lied about where she was going, went on a 2-week romantic vacation with another man, and told me not to contact her. What exactly was I supposed to fight for? Edit 2. Meredith, I know you found this. Gloria told me you're obsessed with finding my Reddit. Blake just got engaged to his girlfriend. They're registered at Target. Thought you should know. Edit 3. The house sold for $30 over what I paid for it originally. Best investment ever was getting rid of you. My wife said, I'm pregnant by your brother. Deal with it. I said, congratulations. Then I revealed the vasectomy he had 5 years ago. When the real father turned out to be her sister's husband, the entire family imploded at Thanksgiving. I, 32 male, was sitting in our living room when Rochelle, 30, my wife of 6 years, walked in with this smug look on her face. We'd been having problems for months. Dead bedroom, constant fighting about money, her spending every weekend at her sister's place. I was actually planning to suggest counseling. We need to talk, she said, sitting across from me instead of next to me. Red flag. I'm pregnant. My first thought was confusion because we hadn't been intimate in 3 months. Before I could respond, she continued. It's Damon's. Damon, my younger brother. 29 years old, successful contractor, recently bought a house. The brother who'd been my best man at our wedding. She sat there with her arms crossed, actually looking proud of herself. I know this is hard for you to hear, but Damon and I are in love. Have been for months. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I stared at her for maybe 10 seconds. Then I said, congratulations. Her smug expression faltered. That's it? Congratulations? What else should I say? You're having a baby. That's wonderful news. You're not angry? Oh, I'm something, but mostly I'm confused about the logistics. What logistics? Well, Damon had a vasectomy 5 years ago. The color drained from her face. What? No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. Remember when he dated Cassandra, the one with 3 kids who wanted more? He got snipped because he never wanted children. I drove him to and from the procedure. You're lying. I pulled out my phone, scrolled through old photos, found the one of Damon holding a bag of frozen peas against his crotch, giving a thumbs up. May 2019, he sent this to our group chat. Made jokes about being shooting blanks for weeks. Rochelle snatched my phone, stared at the photo. Her hands were shaking. He never said. Probably because you never actually slept with him. Update 1. So after dropping that bomb, Rochelle went ballistic, screaming about how I was trying to gaslight her, that Damon must have had it reversed, that I was making things up to hurt her. I texted Damon, Rochelle says she's pregnant with your baby. Congrats? He called immediately. What? Bro, what the hell? I haven't even seen Rochelle since your birthday party in June. Put him on speaker. Rochelle tried to grab my phone, but I held it away. Damon continued. Is this why she kept DMing me weird stuff? I blocked her on Instagram last month because she was sending thirst traps. You blocked me? Rochelle screeched. Rochelle, what is wrong with you? You're married to my brother. She hung up on him. The next morning she tried a different approach. Made me breakfast, first time in a year wearing lingerie at 7 a.m. Baby, I was confused. The pregnancy hormones are making me crazy. It's your baby. I just panicked. We haven't had sex since August. That's not true. Remember that night after Zoe's wedding? Zoe's wedding was in July. It's November. She did the math in her head. I meant September, Labor Day weekend. I was at a work conference in Labor Day. You went to your sister Gwen's beach house, remember? Another face color change. Gotcha. How far along are you exactly? 8 weeks. So conceived in early September, when you were at the beach house with Gwen and her husband Terrell. She stood up so fast the plate flipped, eggs everywhere. I'm going to Gwen's. Cool. Pack everything while you're at it. Update 2, y'all. The drama escalated quick. First, Rochelle's mom Desiree called me crying. How could you throw out a pregnant woman? She told me it wasn't mine. Actually said it was Damon's. She's confused. Pregnancy brain. Desiree, she's been cheating. We both know it. You don't know that. Actually, I do. I hired a PI last month when she started acting weird. Have photos of her meeting someone at hotels, multiple times, silence. Then, you spied on her? I suspected she was cheating. I was right. She hung up. Then came the family group chat explosion. Rochelle added everyone, my parents, her parents, siblings, even cousins. Posted a long message about how I was abandoning her in her time of need and refusing to accept my own child. My mom responded first, didn't you just tell him it was Damon's baby? Rochelle, I was confused. Damon chimed in, I'm sending everyone my vasectomy paperwork right now. I'm sterile, have been for 5 years. He actually did it. Posted the whole medical record. Rochelle's sister Gwen. This is a private matter. Stop airing family business. Interesting reaction from someone who wasn't directly involved, right? That's when Rochelle's other sister, Imani, dropped a bomb. Gwen, didn't Rochelle stay with you guys for like 3 weeks in September? Gwen left the chat. Terrell, Gwen's husband, left the chat. Rochelle left the chat. My dad, Thanksgiving is gonna be awkward. Update 3. Got a call from Terrell. First time he'd ever called me directly. We need to talk, man to man. Met him at a sports bar. Dude looked rough. Bags under his eyes, hadn't shaved, wearing the same clothes I'd seen him in on his Instagram story 3 days ago. Did you know? I asked. Not until the group chat. But things make sense now. Gwen's been acting weird. Super protective of her phone. Started accusing me of cheating out of nowhere. You think Rochelle and Gwen? No, man. He took a long drink. I think Rochelle and I… What? Labor Day weekend. Beach house. I got blackout drunk. Woke up on the couch with my shirt inside out. Rochelle was acting weird the next morning. Gwen said I passed out early and she put me to bed, but… You think Rochelle? I don't think anymore. I know. Found a video on our cloud storage from our bedroom security cam. My stomach dropped. At the beach house? Yeah, we installed it because of break-ins in the area. It backs up automatically. He showed me his phone. I can't show you the whole thing, but look at the timestamp. September 2nd, 3:27 a.m. There was Rochelle, sneaking out of their bedroom, hair messed up, carrying her shoes. Gwen was passed out on Xanax and wine. She takes anxiety meds, heavy sleeper when she mixes them. So Rochelle waited until we were both out and… He couldn't finish. That's assault, man, if you were that drunk. Try explaining that to anyone. Guy claiming a woman assaulted him while his wife was in the same bed? We sat in silence. The baby's probably mine, he finally said. Timeline matches. What are you gonna do? Hell if I know. But Thanksgiving dinner is tomorrow at Gwen's mom's house. Everyone will be there. You still going? Oh, I'm going, and I'm bringing receipts. Update 4. I wasn't planning to go to Thanksgiving. It's hosted by Rochelle's family every year, and given everything, seemed best to skip it. But then Damon texted our group chat. Bro, you have to come. Terrell just told me something. Trust me. Then my mom called. Desiree specifically requested you come. Says Rochelle has something important to tell everyone. Against my better judgment, I went. Walked in to find the most tense room I've ever experienced. Rochelle sitting next to Gwen, whispering furiously. Terrell at the opposite end of the table, drinking straight bourbon. Damon next to my parents. Various aunts, uncles, cousins, all sensing drama, but not knowing what. Desiree clinked her glass. Before we eat, Rochelle has an announcement. Rochelle stood up, actually glowing with confidence. I wanted everyone to know that despite the challenges in my marriage, I'm blessed to announce I'm pregnant. Scattered congratulations. Some confused looks given the challenges comment. And, she continued, looking directly at me, I've decided to raise this baby with someone who actually loves me. Someone who's been there for me through everything. She grabbed Gwen's hand. My sister and I are moving in together. We're going to raise this baby as a family, with or without the deadbeat dad. Wait, what? Was she implying? Gwen looked confused but smiled. Yes, I'll always support my sister. Terrell stood up. Actually, I have something to share too. The room went quiet. Since we're talking about the baby, we should probably discuss how it was conceived. Rochelle's face went white. Terrell. Don't. No, I think everyone should know. He pulled out his phone, connected it to the Bluetooth speaker they use for music. This is from September 2nd, 3:47 a.m. Audio started playing. Rochelle's voice slurred. He won't remember anything. Gwen's passed out. Stop being such a baby about it. Terrell's voice barely conscious. What are you doing? Stop. Shut up, you've been flirting with me all weekend. No, get off. Gwen. Rochelle laughing. She's unconscious. I put extra Xanax in her wine. Just lay back. Desiree gasped. Turn it off. There's more, Terrell said. Security footage of her leaving our bedroom. Photos from the PI showing her buying Plan B the next day. But I guess that didn't work. Gwen stood up slowly, staring at Rochelle. You drugged me? You slept with my husband? It wasn't like that, Rochelle pleaded. He came on to me. We just heard audio of you saying you drugged me. That's taken out of context. What context makes that better? Gwen screamed. Yes, the same line from the divorce court story, but it really applies here. Rochelle turned to me. This is your fault. If you'd been a better husband. You drugged your sister and assaulted her husband because I was a bad husband? The room exploded. Desiree was crying. Gwen lunged at Rochelle but got held back by cousins. Terrell threw his wedding ring at Gwen's feet and walked out. My mom was praying out loud. Damon was recording everything, of course. Rochelle tried one more manipulation. I'm pregnant. You can't do this to a pregnant woman. Imani laughed bitterly. Girl, you just admitted to sexual assault on tape that everyone just heard. It wasn't assault. He wanted it. We literally just heard him saying no while drunk. Rochelle grabbed her purse and ran out. Gwen collapsed sobbing. Thanksgiving was officially canceled. Update 5. The fallout has been insane. First, the legal stuff. Terrell filed a police report. The audio, video, and Plan B receipt are evidence. Rochelle's been calling everyone begging them to convince him to drop it. She showed up at my apartment at 2 a.m. pounding on the door. Please, you have to help me. They're saying I could go to jail. You drugged and assaulted someone. It wasn't assault. We were both drunk. You literally admitted to drugging Gwen. And Terrell was unconscious. He got hard. That means he wanted it. That's not how it works, and you know it. If I go to jail, what happens to the baby? That's not my problem. You're supposed to be my husband. Actually, the divorce papers you'll be served tomorrow say otherwise. She tried to push past me into the apartment. I blocked her. Rochelle, leave, or I'm calling the cops. You wouldn't dare. I started dialing. She ran. Then came the family division. Team Rochelle, somehow she has won. Her mom Desiree, she made a mistake but family sticks together. Her aunt Keisha, Terrell probably led her on. 2 cousins who think men can't be assaulted. Team everyone else, literally everyone else. Gwen filed for divorce and a restraining order against Rochelle. Posted on Facebook, finding out your sister drugged you to sleep with your husband is not how I plan to end 2024. The comments were brutal but deserved. Update 6. Rochelle's entitlement reached new heights. She actually tried to sue Terrell for child support. Her lawyer dropped her after hearing the recording. She represented herself in family court, arguing that, regardless of circumstances, he's the biological father and needs to provide for his child. The judge looked at her like she had 3 heads. Ma'am, you're currently under investigation for sexual assault against the person you're trying to get support from. But the baby needs. Ma'am, I strongly suggest you focus on your criminal case. She then pivoted to trying to get me to pay support, claiming we were still married when conception occurred, so I'm the presumptive father. My lawyer shut that down quick. My client has texts where you explicitly stated it wasn't his child. Also, the timeline proves he was in another city during conception. But the peak entitlement? She started a pregnancy blog called Thriving After Betrayal, where she painted herself as a victim of everyone abandoning her in her time of need. She actually wrote, "Society has failed pregnant women who make difficult choices in pursuit of love." Someone found it and posted screenshots to Twitter. The ratio was beautiful. Someone commented, "Difficult choices equals drugging your sister and assaulting her husband? Girl, seek help." The blog lasted 72 hours before getting taken down for violating community guidelines. Update 7. Christmas was approaching, and Rochelle went full nuclear. She created fake texts between me and her, making it look like I was threatening her. Posted them on Instagram with a long caption about escaping domestic violence. Problem? She's an idiot with technology. The timestamps were from times I was provably at work, presenting to 50 people. Also, she used the wrong phone number format. My area code was wrong. I didn't even have to defend myself. Internet detectives tore it apart in minutes. Someone found the app she used to create fake texts and posted a tutorial showing how she did it. Her account got banned for spreading false information. Then she tried to break into Gwen's house to get her things. She never lived there. Gwen's Ring camera caught her trying to jimmy the window at 3 a.m. She was wearing a baby on board shirt, as if being pregnant gave her breaking and entering privileges. Cops arrested her. She told them she was retrieving her property and that Gwen stole her baby's father. The officer, according to the report, "Ma'am, you can't break into someone's house regardless of your relationship drama." She got released on bail. Desiree paid it, but now has charges for attempted burglary, violation of restraining order, plus the pending sexual assault investigation. Her response? Posted on her mom's Facebook that the system is rigged against pregnant women. Update 8. Here's where everyone stands now. Rochelle, currently living with her mom, who's the only person still defending her, facing multiple criminal charges, still pregnant, still delusional. Tried to start a pregnancy support fund that raised $73, all from her mom's church friends who don't know the full story. When someone posted the recording in the comments, donations stopped. She's been banned from all family events. Amani told me she tried to crash their cousin's birthday party and got physically removed by security. The cousin hired security specifically because of her. Gwen, in therapy, staying with Amani. Divorce proceedings moving fast since Terrell isn't contesting anything. She posted one public statement: "I lost a husband and a sister in the same moment. The betrayal from both is unbearable, but at least Terrell was unconscious. Rochelle was stone cold sober when she decided to destroy me." Living with his brother, also in therapy. The DNA test confirmed he's the father. He's already stated he wants no custody and will sign away rights. His lawyer is pushing for prosecution on the assault charges. He told me, "I can't even look at anything from that weekend without feeling sick." Me. Divorce finalized in record time thanks to her admission of infidelity and the criminal charges. She got nothing except her personal belongings and her car, which got repossessed last week because she hasn't made payments in 3 months. Started dating Quinn, a teacher from my gym who thinks the whole story is insane. She jokes that she's glad she's an only child so there's no sister to worry about. Damon, still traumatized that Rochelle tried to baby trap him when he's literally sterile, has provided his medical records to 3 different lawyers as evidence. Started a Reddit thread called "My Sile tried to claim I got her pregnant even though I had a vasectomy." That went viral. The baby, this is the saddest part, due in May, will likely be born while Rochelle is either on trial or in jail. Terrell wants nothing to do with it, understandably. Rochelle's mom says she'll raise it, but she's 67 with health issues. The family is completely fractured. There won't be any more joint Thanksgivings. Christmas is canceled. Rochelle's actions destroyed multiple relationships in one selfish moment. Final update. The trial was last week. Didn't go well for Rochelle. She showed up to court 6 months pregnant, wearing a maternity dress that said "blessed" across the belly. Her lawyer, public defender because no one else would take her case, looked defeated before it even started. The prosecution played the audio, the security footage, showed the receipts for Plan B, had testimony from the pharmacy clerk who remembered her because she was laughing about needing it because she did something stupid while drunk. Rochelle took the stand against her lawyer's advice, claimed it was consensual and that the audio was role play. When asked why Gwen was unconscious, she actually said, "She always takes too much Xanax. That's not my fault." The prosecutor, "But you admitted on audio to putting extra in her wine. That was a joke. Do you often joke about drugging people?" "I didn't drug Terrell." "No, just your sister. So you could assault her husband." "It wasn't assault," he climaxed. The judge had to call a recess because several jury members looked physically ill. Verdict: guilty of sexual assault in the 3rd degree and administering a drug to facilitate a crime. Sentencing is next month, but her lawyer says she's looking at 2 to 4 years. With the baby due in May, she'll likely give birth in custody. Desiree had a complete breakdown in court, screaming that the system is destroying a mother. Security had to remove her. She's still posting on Facebook about injustice and asking for prayers for her persecuted daughter. Gwen's victim impact statement was heartbreaking. She was my sister. I trusted her more than anyone. She drugged me and violated my husband in my own bed, then tried to play victim when exposed. The betrayal is indescribable. I can't sleep. I can't trust anyone. She destroyed my life for a drunk hookup. Terrell's statement, I've been in therapy twice a week since November. I can't be intimate with anyone. I have nightmares. The fact that there's going to be a child from this assault makes it worse. I'm signing away my rights because I can't look at a baby and be reminded of the worst night of my life. Rochelle interrupted, You're abandoning your child. Ma'am, you're only making this worse for yourself. After the verdict, Rochelle's last Facebook post before going to holding, wrongfully convicted for being in love. This isn't over. Actually, Rochelle, it is. As for me, the divorce is final. I'm in therapy to process the betrayal. Quinn and I are taking things slow but steady. She came to court with me for support and held my hand through the whole thing. The house sold. I moved to a new apartment closer to work, started fresh, blocked everyone from Rochelle's family except Imani and Gwen, who've been supportive throughout this nightmare. Damon and I are closer than ever. He jokes that at least his vasectomy saved him from being baby-trapped, but I know he's messed up about it too. We go to the same therapist now, different sessions, but same practice. To everyone asking if I feel bad about the baby, yeah, I do. That child did nothing wrong but will be born into an absolute disaster. Desiree says she'll raise it, but she's already showing signs of dementia. The state might end up taking custody. It's tragic, but that's not on me. That's on Rochelle, who decided to drug her sister, assault her brother-in-law, try to baby-trap my brother, lie about everything, double down when caught, destroy every relationship she had, all because she wanted attention and drama. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. In this case, the prize is a prison sentence and a baby she won't raise. I'm done with this chapter. Moving forward, living my life. And to anyone reading this, if your partner suddenly claims they're pregnant with your sibling's baby, run. But maybe check if your sibling has had a vasectomy first. Might save you some drama. Edit. Since people keep asking, yes, this is real. No, I won't share court documents or real names. Yes, Terrell is getting therapy specifically for male assault victims. The therapist specializes in it. Men can be victims too. Edit 2. Stop trying to find Rochelle's social media. She's in jail anyway. Let it go. Edit 3. For those asking about Thanksgiving recipes, since ours was ruined, my mom makes amazing mac and cheese, but says the secret ingredient is not having family drama. So maybe work on that first.